Welcome to this episode of Little Train Wreck in the Kitchen, where tonight we're cutting open a pomegranate. Now, I've never done this before, so we'll see what happens. It could look like a murder scene in here. First, I'm going to start with chopping off the ends. Whoa. And then I'll cut it in half. So far, so good. And maybe in half again. I'm losing a lot of juices while doing this. I'm sure there's a less messy way, but this is what I'm doing. Now, I've heard that if you take a wooden spoon and a bowl, and you place the chunk or the section of pomegranate face down, and you bash it with the wooden spoon, the pomegranate seeds will pop right out. There's a lot of white, so I'm going to pull off some of that. I think it's called a membrane, but that sounds kind of gross. And that way the seeds have an easier time getting out. So just a second. This is not coming out as easily as I thought. Maybe if I push it out. This is what ended up happening. That was not helpful. So, just pulling them out, I guess, is the easiest at this point. I was hoping that the spoon would work. No such luck. That's all right. Maybe a bigger piece would work better. This was kind of small after I cut it. It's gonna get everywhere. And it's all over the napkin, or paper towel, I should say. So, I don't know if there's other strategies to pop these things right out instead of having to grab them and pull them off by hand. So if you know of another strategy, please chime in with your comments and teach me something, please. So that way, this is easier. Okay, now that I have the smaller chunk done, let's see. Bigger chunk. I'm getting some juices everywhere. I've heard it stains. Hopefully it'll come off with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. This is really not working. So the strategy that I heard works, I don't recommend it. Squeezing it probably will just make it juice, and I'm not wanting the juice, I want the seeds. So I guess technically that means I still want the juice, but I mean all together with the seeds and the juice, not separate. Anywho, on that note, this was an attempt at using the wooden spoon technique in breaking open and de-seeding a pomegranate. And as you saw, it does not work. So I'm having to pull them all out by hand, which is fine for now. But the next time, I don't want to have to do this. And please don't comment that I should buy the pomegranate already de-seeded, or whatever you call it, because that just takes the fun out of it. Why even buy pomegranate if you're not going to actually work for it? Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.